I wrote a song, Jim does a song called Orange Moon, and I wrote this song as a kind of a response to his song, Orange Moon. And it's, what's this thing called, Jim? Do you remember? Like to pass across, most of all. It's called Most of All. And basically, I interpreted one of his songs to this Orange Moon. I thought it was about making sure that you appreciate this particular time in your life, and that, you know, because when you're older, you might not remember certain details about what you're going through. And then when I explained that to Jim, that I wrote this song, he goes, "That's not what I intended in that song at all." So I do that a lot with his songs. I misinterpret them. Like to pass the cross, becoming one for just a while. Then fade away into some wilderness. And so it was for you and I. 1,000 ships out on the sea tonight. 1,000 more cut across their bow. 1,000 nights ago you sailed away. Still I'm shaken by your wake somehow. Part of me that meant so much, but now I can't recall. It's the feeling of togetherness that I miss most of all. Rush of desperation when I wake alone, and then a sigh of resignation. She won't be coming back again. Part of me that meant so much, but now I can't recall. It's the friendship that was lost that I miss most of all. Desperation comes and goes, but the hanging on is tough. Well, I could wait a lifetime, but fear it wouldn't be enough. Part of me that meant so much, but now I can't recall. It's the love we found and lost that I miss most of all. Part of me that meant so much, and I can't recall. It's the one who stole my very soul that I miss most of all. All right, that's my three. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
As I was driving over here, I was thinking this song is the first song I wrote when I moved to Ann Arbor. And this happened to be at the same time as a breakup of a long-term relationship. So this song was written to cheer myself up as I as I made my way in this new town. And it's kind of country-ish a little bit. It uses major sevenths chords like a lot of the lonesome love songs and country songs sometimes do. And I didn't realize it at the time, but there was this poem that I've known for years and years by Carl Sandburg that really is a nice combination with this song. But I'm pretty sure that when I wrote the song, it was really not in my head. But it's neat how they echo and kind of combine in a way. Carl Sandburg said, "Love, is it a cat with claws and wild mate screams in the dark night? Love, is it a tug at the heart that comes high and costs, always costs, as long as you have it? Love, is it a free, glad spender, ready to spend to the limit and then go head over heels in debt? Love, Love, can it hit one without hitting two and leave the one lost and groping?" Mabel knows how to do it, bustling around hustling tips. She smiles confidentially through parted lips, says let her know if anything's not all right. I came to town when I blew it, lonely tunes in my guitar, and I hadn't come very far, but I was long gone from loving arms, and I'm falling in love with barmaids at night, with waitresses in the morning, looking for loving in restaurant smiles of good roadhouse women, morning and night. I'll admit I've got small chances. Reading the morning paper, I check the funnies and sports. There's no reports of her leaving me, not a sign that she's needing me. And I'm falling in love with barmaids at night, coffee girls in the morning, short order friendships, you can't beat the price, long on the laughter and short on advice. I admit it's what I am after. Coffee I crave in the mornings, booze I use for the nights, all of my life's necessities, oh, they warm me when I'm not right. But Mabel across the counter, you'd think there's no fella she'd rather serve, talking and joking, getting up my nerve. I'm even spending a little freely again, and I'm falling in love with barmaids at night, the women pouring coffee in the morning, slaking my thirst. We joke and we flirt. Do they have an idea how it eases my hurt? Are there angels waiting table? Help a busted man feel able. Da da dee da da dee da dum. Ba ba da dee dum dee da dum dee da dum. Ba ba dee. Love, can it hit one without hitting two and leave the one lost and groping? Thank you.
So what should I do?
guess I'll do this. See if my falsetto works. This is kind of a country-ish song. I don't really know where it came from. It just kind of happened to me one night. And it's called Never Be Warm Again. Long, lonely nights of winter catch me missing her by my side. If only I could forget her and how I let her go in my foolish pride. 'Cause ooh, all these stormy evenings, and ooh, all this winter rain, and ooh, in this chilly cabin I call home, feels like I'll never be warm again. So on into the evening, as the day dims into the dark, don't you fetch my lantern, I have no flints to strike a spark. 'Cause ooh, all these stormy evenings, and ooh, all this winter rain, and ooh, in this chilly cabin I call home, feels like I'll never be warm again. I tell myself there is no need to freeze, I can wrap myself in warmer memories. I opened up the kindling box, but then I realized that the fire would just remind me of the light in her eyes. Long, blessed days of summer, it feels like they may never come. I'll always be too far from her, no matter how warm and bright the sun. 'Cause ooh, all these stormy evenings, and ooh, all this winter rain, and ooh, in this chilly cabin I call home, feels like I'll never be warm again. And ooh, in this chilly cabin I call home, feels like I'll never be warm again. Thanks.
It was written in '83. That's not a really old one for me. That's kind of almost middle. Still a little on the old side, but still almost middle. And back in '83, of course, we still had remnants of the Cold War and always the implicit threat of a nuclear holocaust or something like that. And this is my nuclear holocaust song about how life goes on until that happens. Very ominous song called Kingdom Come. That we have always feared is coming close at hand. We'll think about the times we had and those we haven't planned. And now the sky has turned a shade of gray we've never seen before. We'll brace ourselves for what is near and waiting for us all. Until kingdom comes, we'll dance this way forever. We'll dance away until kingdom comes. We'll dance away together, imagining our world. From the corner of our eye we see, we come the days of fantasy. We never more can play. And now the happy times are growing scarce. We'll think of what we were, just living out our endless dreams when life was so secure. Until kingdom comes, we'll dance this way forever. We'll dance away until kingdom comes. We'll dance away together, imagining our world. Into the open door reveals where we are, preparing for a changing world that isn't very far. Until kingdom comes, we'll dance this way forever. We'll dance away until kingdom comes. We'll dance away together, imagining until kingdom comes. Until kingdom comes. Until kingdom comes. Until kingdom comes. Thank you much.
Close enough. This is called Between the Lines, and it's in a raft of sad songs that I've written. This is probably the saddest, so my apologies before we go. As I wandered lost and lonely into another morning rain, walking on and wanting only her gentle hand to ease the pain. Search for signs up in the sky, watching helplessly as life rolled by. Your letter said that you were fine, not a single word of what you left behind. Too much time to read between the lines. How I wish I were there. So alone I'm left to wonder, was it me that made you leave? And the spell you've left me under makes it harder to believe that we will never be together, growing old beside beside the sea. For us they'll never be forever, and this is how you'd have it be. All my dreams are but memories, how I wish I were there. And too much time to read between the lines, how I wish I were there. Thank you.
This one's called The Center of the Universe, by which I mean a geographical place. For me, the center of the universe is the kind of place that you go to think, to work out problems, to be in nature, to kind of get your head on straight. For Thoreau, the center of the universe, he called it that, was Walden Pond. And my center of the universe is this meadow in the Arb in the, at U of M, the Arboretum at U of M. And for the British poet Gerard Manley Hopkins, his center of the universe was, I think, as far as I can tell, somewhere out in Wales, where he was at some point a parish priest. And out there in the rural part of Wales, and he was out for a walk on a fall day, and in England in the fall, the birch trees, like the birch trees here, lose all their leaves in a single afternoon. And like 3 or 4 hours, all those leaves come down and make a pile at the base of the tree, and it's this yellow and gold pile of leaves, and they all come down in the same afternoon. And Hopkins was out for a walk in his parish and came across some beech trees, and there were the leaves. They had come down that afternoon in a big pile, and there was one of the young members of his parish, a young girl named Margaret. And Margaret was sitting amongst the leaves, and she was crying. So Hopkins, being the good guy that he was, went over and comforted her, asked her what was going on, tried to get some sense of things, and let her know that he cared about what she was feeling. And also being a poet, he then returned to the parish house, and he wrote a poem about it. He said, "Margaret, are you grieving over golden grove unleaving? Leaves, like the things of man, you with your fresh thoughts care for. Can you? Ah, as the heart grows older, it will come to such thoughts colder by and by, nor mourn, nor spare a sigh, the world's in wan wood, leave me a lie. And yet you will weep, and know why. Now, no matter, child, the name, sorrow's springs are the same. Nor mouth, no, nor mind expressed what heart heard of ghosts guessed. It is the blight that man was born for. It is Margaret you mourn for." At the center of the universe, where I go when I hurt, and again when I feel fine, I touch base for a little time. At the center of the universe, where I go when I hurt, center of the universe, center of the universe, for eternity I rehearse, center of the universe. At the center of the universe, things get better when they can't get worse. A quiet pond, a stately pine, a different sense of space and time. Center of the universe, a meadow grand as any church, the center of the universe. Center of the universe for eternity, I rehearse. Center of the universe. It is the blight that man was born for. It is Margaret that you mourn for. Well, thank you.